Hi, Eden. I don't know how our pastors do this with a video every week. This is weird. This is our last Sunday in Minnesota. So we wanted to take the opportunity to express our thanks and appreciation for you all as a church. And also just share some of the things that we've learned and gleaned, and express just how much we'll miss you guys. And I think we'll bat it back and forth. I'll say something, Sam will say something, and have a good old time.
We'll see how much sense we make.
Yeah. The first thing we wanted to that just sticks out to us about Eden is how welcoming of a congregation you all are. When we first came, we weren't members yet, but I had already talked to Paul Purdue about doing the student pastor gig. I don't know what you call it. An internship of sorts. And when we came to visit to see if it would be the sort of church that we'd want to do that with, I remember Tim Havlick extended his hand and welcomed us as an usher greeter.
I remember JJ Mealing greeting me, very pregnant with hope, and we had like a 10-minute conversation right off the bat. It was great. It was lovely.
Yeah.
Thanks, JJ.
Well, and Tim was like, "You must be Devin." I was like, "Yes, in fact, I am." And yeah, it was great. We found that characterized Eden. You all were quick to just open your lives and your homes to us. We've
eager to know us and to be known by us, which is not typical.
And knowing that we wouldn't even be there that long, just I guess at that point, maybe a little over 2 years. So we've felt your hospitality as a church. You pulled us in quick, and we really appreciate that. It made these last 2 years in Minnesota all the sweeter. Sam?
And many things to be thankful for, but just another specific thing was being that we ourselves came in to Eden with 3 kids and now have 4. We appreciate how family friendly but not kid centric that the church is. It's just seeking to faithfully steward every member, no matter what generation they are of, and but there's a lot that invites families with young kids even, and accommodates us, so that whether it's great nursery and childcare, wonderful Bible class teachers and curriculum, of course there's Wednesday night kids clubs, and our kids have just really thrived in that and look forward to it every week. So so not totally focused on kids, but very welcoming of kids, I guess. And we, having kids, have really appreciated that, and just appreciate how everyone is pouring into everyone else's kids. It's not just those in your own family or those that you know well. It's everyone. The teachers, just when we see you on Sundays, the way you not only seek us out, but try to joke around with our kids who are stinkers sometimes and not always having it, but
Sometimes we catch them like, chasing our kids throughout the sanctuary.
Yeah.
After church.
Yes. So like whenever we're scrambling, 30 minutes trying to get out to our car and trying to round up kids, we almost every time we have some kind soul who's like, okay, let me go. I'm going to go get Marisol for you. Or wait, I'm going to hold Evan while you go get them. And it's just, not only caring of us, but caring for our family too. So
yeah,
it's great. We'll miss it a lot.
Yeah. Another thing that we're really thankful for
it got cut off. It froze, so we had to start again. Sorry.
Yeah. Here we go. Another thing we're really thankful for is just how giving a congregation that Eden is. It's a difficult season to be a full-time seminary student, working some, and then also interning at a church. And you guys have made that really as easy as possible for us. Eden paid for the majority of my tuition for the time that we were at Eden. You guys sent us on a mission trip to Iraq last summer and allowed us to come back and report on that. And that was just...
Prayed for us.
Yeah, and we're tremendously supportive. And then really countless financial gifts that we received. And
sometimes an anonymous gift card, or just really sweet and very just generous and loving.
Yeah.
Very loving.
Yeah, so we really felt your generosity, which, images God in major ways. We have a generous God, and you guys are a generous congregation. You're also a caring congregation.
Yes. So, in addition to financially caring for us and for our kids, you guys just have very specifically supported us and cared for us in just as tough times and trials have arisen. For myself, having a baby last fall, I got the email saying there's a meal train or set up for you, and it was, and like an hour later it was filled up. So and that, I don't know, that just blew me away. And when at one point I had to fall down some stairs and hurt my back, and
while you guys,
pregnant. You guys were quick to ask how you could help and bring meals during that time, and just times during your semester when it's, I don't know, finals time or crunch time, when things are a little more arduous and crazy, people were quick to be like, how can I do to help? Let me stop by and help you do laundry, or just very, I don't know, just very, very giving, very caring, and not just with us. We've seen you do that with each other, with everyone in the congregation. Just when there's someone struggling, or when someone just needs a little extra support or a lot of extra support, you guys are just quick, and just you are quick to draw near to those who need a boost. So that is very evident, and something we'll take with us, Lord willing, to wherever we go next. It's like, we want to love and care for people the way you guys have loved and cared for us and each other. So thank you for modeling that for us.
Yeah, I think we've learned a lot. As a student pastor, Eden has been something of a teaching hospital, so that...
Do I have to call you Dr. Devin?
No.
Because I'm not.
But it's been a teaching hospital in the way that it's a medium-sized church, so it's able to be quite generous and bring us in and give of its resources. But because it's a medium-sized church, there's also just a lot of opportunities it can afford to extend to me individually as a student pastor. So I've been able to preach on Sunday evenings, teach growth groups, teach Bible classes, lead in prayer, lead in music, lead the Lord's table. Just a lot of things that a seminarian doesn't normally get an opportunity to do those sorts of things. And so it's been great in regards to getting reps in ministry, and in some ways, shadowing the elders.
Pastoral gym. Is that you said reps? I don't know.
Oh yes, a pastoral gym, getting reps, pumping the iron. But essentially, I feel like we've been able to more or less shadow the elders, go to elder retreats, elder meetings, and get a sense of what shepherding the flock looks like. And I am incredibly grateful for that, and thankful for you all as you bear with a seminary student kind of, I don't know, he's a rookie preacher. There's a lot of things that I'm just learning, and you guys have bared with me and given me good feedback. So thank you. That sort of experience is invaluable moving forward, beyond seminary and into to ministry, Lord willing, in Oklahoma.
Something else I've learned specifically as we'll see, pastor's wife, Oh, I guess we should include that at the end. What are plans?
What are we doing?
Yeah. Where are we going? But especially this last semester, the other elders' wives very thoughtfully, graciously met with the student pastor wives to just talk through different points of being a wife who supports a pastoral husband. And so that was, very thoughtful to give of your time, ladies. Thank you. And gleaned a lot of wisdom from your wisdom and experience. But what I've seen from those times, and just from observing my own observation, is that the main number one qualification and requirement, if you will, for being a pastor's wife, an elder's wife, is just to be a faithful member, basically. So there's, do what you're gifted in and what you feel led to do, but primarily and most importantly, just humbly seek the Lord and love his people, basically love his church. So that is really encouraging, because I often have the conception of okay, pastor's wife, I gotta meet all the needs and play the piano and know all the songs for the children's ministry and do all the potlucks, and which a lot of you do really well, and Lord willing, I will do some of that. But my point being, it's not I have to do everything, be everything, fill every role, and be what people expect me to be even. I just have to be myself and love the Lord and love others. It's that simple. but also, not that elders' wives and pastors' wives don't do anything. I don't mean to imply that, but oh man, I'm digging a hole here. But it was encouraging for me just to see took some pressure off of oh, okay, I don't have to look a certain way or be a certain way, if Devin should become a pastor or elder somewhere in the near future. I just have to, love God, love others.
Yep.
Serve the church. Amen.
Speaking of whether I'll be a pastor or not, what?
Sorry, this is going on. Oh man, this is going on a long time.
Thankfully
Sorry,
it'll be on YouTube and they can fast forward.
put us on 2 times speed or something.
Double speed.
Double speed. Yeah.
We are moving on the 31st of May, 31st of May, to Tulsa, Oklahoma,
Next week. Oh, right.
which is where I am from. Graduated from high school there. My parents are still there, and Sam's family's in Texas.
We lived there for 1 year before moving up here too, so it's familiar. There's friends and connections there.
Lord willing, I will work for the family business, my father's company, and then the plan is to join a little church that I preached at over Christmas. A friend of ours is the pastor there. He's expressed the need for help, and we're interested in being helpful. He's like-minded, a great expositional preacher, and loves the Lord, cares for his people, and so we're eager to join that work and be a help to him.
It was something that before COVID-19, the world turned on its head, you had actually already started talking to him about there being a potential position, kind of like an associate pastor position, but that's kind of been shelved, more or less for now, just with,
Global pandemic.
Yeah. So it's still a possibility, but for the immediate future, it's like, go be of help to him as we can as members in the congregation, and maybe some
Lord willing,
preaching
continue
help.
to get reps.
And there was one other church you were talking about that is looking for a pastor. But also in Tulsa, that might be a possibility.
We'll just be praying for, as the Lord leads when we're there. We'll be able to figure out some things better there than from afar. And this video's gone on for a long time.
Turns out people don't like to. There's not too many jobs right now, and people aren't ready to hire as yet. So we're just going in faith and praying that something will come to fruition. So we appreciate your prayers to that end as well.
Yeah, please pray for wisdom, for opportunities. We could go down there and just keep doing what we're going to do, for, what we think is short term, long term, or we could plant a church, or revitalize another church nearby. We're not sure, but
we're going to have a lot of babysitting from the grandparents.
I thought you said we were going to have a lot of babies. I'm like, whoa. Well, we already did.
Yeah. But hopefully it'll be good to be around family. Yours and mine in Texas as well. They're not so close to Minnesota.
Right. Anyway, we are tremendously thankful for you all. And if you've endured this far into our talk, which is looking like 20 minutes now, bless you. And we are grateful for you all, for your investment in us, and we will
miss you.
We will miss you
a lot.
Yeah, and
we are so thankful for everyone.
When we come back up this way to visit, we'll definitely be visiting you. So we love you all.
Knock on your door.
The Lord bless you and keep you.
Sorry. It's late. Sorry. Love you, church.
Love you.